Ciao guys, welcome back on my channel. Today we're gonna replace the clutch. You may disassemble just by this side, I will show you later on. Just one recommendation, when you remove the cover of the clutch, the carter of the clutch, there is a little tiny piece which often fall down. You don't have to let it fall inside the carter, otherwise you have to open and take out this piece of metal. One suggestion, you put the Vespa on the right side because it's easy to work on this side, but doing this tiny little piece may fall in the carter. So when you disengage the cover of the clutch, be sure that the Vespa is a little bit on the left side. So ask your friends to keep the Vespa a little bit on the left side, so when you remove this one, there is less probability that it will fall down inside the cart. You will understand watching the video, don't worry. It's not hard. Just follow the video, feel free to ask any question. Thank you, ciao! Let's get started. Once disassemble the side panel, the spare wheel and the wheel, you may get access to the clutch, removing the cover kept by these 3 bolts.
2 e 3.
Start disassembly the clutch carter. You need a 10 mm socket. Stuck with the sealant. Here a little piece is fallen, we must find it. That's it. When you pull the clutch lever, you will move this detent. This detent will push in this position, in the clutch. It will just disengage the clutch. This is the clutch. This little flap is a safety feature. It prevents the unwanted unscrew of the nut that keep the clutch in the crankshaft. Then to disengage the clutch, you will need a castle nut socket. It's a special socket that fits this castle nut. This is the castle nut. Now the clutch. Piaggio Malossi is a direct replacement for the stock clutch. According to Malossi, you have to soak it at least 2 hours in the oil before use it. So, take the disc, especially if you have it in cork or in organic material, and soak it in the oil. Which kind of oil? The same oil that you use in the gearbox. Commonly is a motorbike 10W40 for wet clutch. Don't use two-stroke oil, don't use engine oil, car oil, just use gearbox oil. Or as I use 10W40 bike oil, bike for wet clutch. While the new clutch is soaking, you have to remove the old clutch. You have to remove a seizure to release it. You may use many tricks. The common and which one I prefer is the screw you compress and leave it. You may use a clamp, or otherwise you may also use a vise. Let's do the easiest way, the screw. And now that we have enough play, we can remove the seizure. Then you may release it. Remember that it's spring loaded, so slowly. Let's take a look on the cover clutch. When you pull the clutch, you disengage the clutch, you move this little nut. This little nut push the clutch and disengage the clutch disc. It's fundamental, it's imperative that you don't let fall this little nut inside the carter. If so, you have to open all the engine block and remove it. You can't go with this tiny piece running inside your engine block. It will destroy all the gearbox, all the clutch, whatever you have running there. That's why in the beginning of the video I was recommend you to do this job with the Vespa on the left side. You have to keep on the left side just when you remove the carter, then you may operate in the clutch. And of course later on when you remount it. Here we have the spring. Here we have an O-ring seal. Sometimes the clutch leak oil from this O-ring. Just replace it. This little cap that looks a mushroom is just a vent. Remove the O-ring. You may clean it with just a solvent and a brush. I have the ultrasonic cleaner, I have Henry, so I will use it. See you in 10 minutes. After the clutch is soaked for 2 hours, we may start assembly from the base. The clutch spring counter cap, we have 6, 1 for each spring. Everything is already oiled, of course. Malossi new springs. Pretty, doors are stuck. Okay. I bought both news, the bush and the clutch washer. The clutch washer lost his original shape and also his depth is too tiny, I feel it in the hand. The bush, it has too much play, so I bought a new, those are cheap. The new one almost doesn't even enter. The clutch washer go with the conical shape upper. You will see it's logical when you insert. Perfect. After the clutch washer, insert the bush, lubricate before insert. You may use the old bush to hammer a little bit the new bush inside. Push it until the hand must be flush. Each spring has an housing. All the housing must match each spring. So, place the cover, the plate, move a little bit, be sure that each spring is matched, then you may push it and start to assemble the clutch. You may feel those springs are stronger. Time for the clutch hub. Of course, put always some oil before. It is now time to compress the clutch in order to insert all the discs. You may use each method you want. I will use the screw and the nut. Let's talk about the correct sequence of the clutch plate. So remember this rule. Friction material don't have to be in contact with the friction material, and metal don't have to be in contact with metal. What does it mean? That here we start with the metal, so the next disc will be of the friction material. Since the next disc will be a metal disc, now we have to put a disc with both sides of friction material. And so going on, each time you will use a metal disc and a friction material disc on both sides until the end. Again, friction material above the metal from one side and the other side. Metal disc. Friction material on both sides. I left soaking the oil overnight, but 2 hours is enough. Metal disc. Pay attention, the last clutch disc has the friction material only on one side. And you will also recognize it because it has these grooves that will match the clutch hub. Now, before loosening the screw, we have to fix the clutch with this circlip, or seizure as you want to call. Be sure that the circlip is well fixed, then you will start to lose the clutch. The clutch now is all assembled. Let's move now on the clutch carter. Of course, new gaskets. Check how bad is the old one. A little bit of oil, then you may position it. Before to insert the clutch arm lever, you have to oil it, then insert this O-ring. Lubricate everything, then start assembly. Help it in the shape part. Don't push it hard and don't damage it. Before, the spring. Then the arm lever. You have to match it with the clutch pressure lever. Engage the spring below. At the end, the clutch pressure nut. And that's it. Now we may reassemble the clutch in the engine block. This slot must engage the woodruff key in the crankshaft. This is the clutch nut tab washer. The tab must match the crankshaft tab. Fits perfect. Then you may screw in the castle nut. For the castle nut you need a special tool. In Italy you find it between 5 and 20 euros. Always remember to respect the tightening torque. To use the torque wrench, you must lock the clutch. If you don't have any special tools, like me, you may use a screwdriver. Now you have to bend a few tabs inside the castle nut. This is to prevent unwanted unscrew of the castle nut from the crankshaft. So you bend it inside and they will keep it safe. 2 is enough. The cap. Keep everything in order, you will not lose anything. Use a screwdriver, push a little bit, is easy to insert. Remember the clutch pressure pad? When you move it, it may fall down. If it falls inside your engine block, you are in big trouble. You can't leave this tab inside the engine block. You will broken all the gear, everything. You see how much easy it fall down? To keep a little bit stuck, you may use some grease. Be sure you have the gasket inserted, and slowly, remember the pressure pad, insert the cover of the clutch. Slowly, once you touch it, you are safe. Put immediately the 3 bolt. For a good job, always refer to your workshop manual for the tightening torque setting. Remember to reconnect the clutch cable. I hope to do soon another video how to replace the clutch cable. For the time being, the video ends here. Thank you for watching, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you very much. Ciao, see you next video.